Pickleball has grown by more than 4.5 million people. It is exploding, and I want to say from 2022 to 2021, between 22 and 21 or 23-year period, it grew like 156%. It took off, and I don't know about everyone here. I wasn't a pickleball person, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? What the hell? What is everyone doing? What is everyone doing? And people love it, and they're popping up, and it ranges from 5-year-olds right up to 90-year-olds, and it's awesome. So I do want to say to everyone that's here that made this possible, thank you. As this gets popular and takes off, and I imagine our 518 lady is going to make sure we look at putting more of these around the county and doing more of this and finding the places to do it. Because people are always looking for courts. They want to make sure they're here. This court will remain open till like November 15th if the weather holds off. And again, if it stays warmer through November, or we don't have snow on the ground, we'll stay open past that.
Our Parks and Recreation Department, Justin Atlas, for making this happen. DPW, Lisa Raimondo and Scott Duncan for pulling together on a tight timeline here. Things are delayed in the world. Supplies are delayed. Shortages with staff and outside contractors are hard to come by. So I really appreciate all the effort that went into getting this operational and up and running for the remaining part of this season and be ready to go in the spring. And I know the county executive says all the time it takes good partnerships. Certainly everyone behind me is part of that, led by Chairman Joyce in the county legislature. So thank you for those partnerships.
As the county executive said, there are extraordinary things happening in Albany County with our recreation department and recreation assets all across the county, not only in Colony, but everywhere. And it does take a partnership with our members and legislature. We're always working with our departments and with our leadership to seek out new plans and new ideas for recreation assets in Albany County. We have a Fall Fest coming up this weekend with a 5K. Again, it's a downhill race, so it's easy for people like me to run that 5K very easily. Working with our members, both Democrat and Republican, in a bipartisan manner with our budget process and throughout the year to enable our departments, people like Justin, people like our DPW and Lisa, all the incredible things that they're doing for our county, for recreation assets, not just in Colony, again, everywhere in a number of different ways. The pickleball craze is catching on across the country and in Albany County, and I'm so proud that we worked so hard to get this court together. It's not an easy thing to do. A lot of municipalities in Albany County and across the state are just getting these courts up, and they're finding out later on that there needs to be a tweak here or there. But again, we have extremely talented people, not only in the legislature, but with DPW and our Parks Department, working with the county executive to get this right in the great location. We have the airport, we have our hockey facility, and now we have a pickleball court. So congratulations. It's a pleasure to work with you and working with our members. I'm looking forward to that first serve. So thank you, everybody.
But it is wonderful when recreation brings everybody together. And that has happened, multiple times in Colony over the last couple of years. We went from 2 pickleball courts up at the old Kiwanis site to there are going to be 8 coming soon to the town park up by the Mohawk River, and Albany County doing this in a phenomenal fashion with many of its own forces to make this a reality. And that's just a wonderful testament to everybody working together. But I will tell you that pickleball even rears its head in political campaigns with pickleball enthusiasts asking people running for office how quick they can build new courts. And we have political candidates sort of fumbling all over each other saying, we can do it quicker, we can do it better. So this really is great for both Albany County and the town of Colony. And I couldn't commend the county executive more for his farsightedness in pulling this together here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And last year I visited some friends in Florida, and they asked me if I wanted to try pickleball, and I really didn't know what it was. Never played tennis before, or maybe a handful of times, but never a tennis player. But I've got the fever, and it is the fastest growing sport in America. And I have to commend Lisa and the DPW and Justin and Dan for their commitment to pickleball, because as Kathleen will tell you, there's thousands of players in the capital region looking for places to play.
I want to thank County Executive Dan McCoy. It's his vision that allowed us to be able to put together such a wonderful facility. His support of Parks and Recreation after coming out of the pandemic and focusing on health and wellness initiatives has empowered me, my staff, to be able to coordinate and work with DPW and everybody else to make sure something like this can come to fruition. And I appreciate everything his support has been able to allow us to do. And everybody behind me, again, we hope to be able to continue to promote pickleball, to be able to achieve that vision of a healthier, happier Albany County with Executive McCoy's leadership. So, thank you.
So instead of doing a regular ribbon cutting, we're gonna do a little pickleball challenge. So I did have Dan Licious as my partner, but I might have to switch you out for Sean. No offense, you're leaving me in January anyway. So Sean, I may have to take you on. Take you.
Can't steal my partner.
Kathleen, I might need your help. I've never played pickleball before, so. Dan, did you play? Have you played pickleball?
Sure.
I'll hand it off to you. You're my bag.
Look, we got these nice little paddles. I want to say thank you, Sean, and let's get to it.